Alright, I'm back. And I gotta remember what was going on where I am. Okay, did it respawn? Oh, cool, I don't think it respawned the guys. So I think I get on top of those right there and I can go up. And there's also a hole in the ground over there I can go in. Because I might not be able to get back from those very easily, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Whatever this is. Do this first. Oh, I just missed it. Whatever it was. Dude, this place is flipping huge. I've got like a half-hour break in the workday. I'm trying to... Okay, this is a boss. I'll come here last. I got 3 Estus left. Got about a half-hour break in the workday, so I'm gonna squeeze in a little sesh. I got the weekend coming up. It's Friday. I'm freaking caught up on uploads, dude. Everything's looking chill. I ain't got shit to do. Man, I did some stuff over the last couple weekends, and this weekend I got nothing, and I'm about to play the heck out of this DLC. I am looking forward to it, man. Ooh, it took me a little while to get to sleep last night, but that means hopefully tonight I'll be able to get some good sleep, but it also means I might not be staying up too late, which is perfectly fine. I've got all weekend. I'm gonna get hit. I thought there would be another hole over here. I might get hit. I gotta heal. I'm just gonna take this next one, which kind of stinks. And I'm gonna hop down this hole. See what happens. Where the... I bet when I come back up, it's gonna be on that ledge, just a few rooms ago. There's some fire arrows in there. I'm not sure which one's the best. Alright, I got 1 flask left. Let me do a little something so I use less. Also, I should probably put bestial vitality back on, and throw the beast claw incantation user thing back on, so I could be using that to preserve some Estus. Generally, I don't worry too much about not having enough Estus, but this has been a relatively lengthy dungeon, and definitely been letting the imp guys hit me, because I kind of just have been missing them. This guy I'll just go at with the fire. So my understanding is that these kind of blob guys, I think they're mostly weak to fire. I think you can stagger them. I just remember from like Dark Souls 3, fire was the idea. Then again, I think there are different types of them. So maybe only certain ones are susceptible to fire. I think these red main fire pots will use some of my FP. Oh, brother. I think it's just safer if I do this. I need to try to be preserving my Estus. $100, $100, $100. That ladder, I guess that ladder is going to go back up to somewhere I've been, so let me come in here and clear this out first. There's the guy with the spells that bounce around, which is cool. I don't know which is best against this guy, and I don't want to give him a chance to fire at me, so I'm just going to rapid fire him the whole way real quick. Alright, let me go ahead and... Yeah, shoot your thing. 233. 254. Lightning's better. The fire arrows I have, I can just buy as many as I want of. Okay, so there's 3 guys above the item. I'm probably not going to bother killing these guys, but I am just going to... Oh, ooh, that looks cool. Electrocharge. I'm I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope there wasn't like a hidden door in there. I don't... This dungeon's been long enough to where I feel like there's probably not. Calls down lightning to charge body with electricity. Incantations of the ancient dragon cult. Calls down lightning charge to the caster's body. While charged, electric shocks will strike the area several times. Charging increases potency. The origin of incantations that bolster the body with lightning, now lost art in the lands between. So, some interesting things here. So there was a reference to Godfrey earlier, because it said like Prince of Gold, and it was around like some kind of dragon item. There's been a red lightning pot from a cookbook, and we're gonna go get a red lightning Fergal bloom as a material from a like spiky mountain or something nearby, and I've seen that, so I'm assuming there's going to be a dragon there. Additionally, I think there's some ties between the Crucible and the ancient dragons, and this thing talks about a couple things, right? So electrocharge talks about being related to the ancient dragon cult, and then if I go look at like the ash I got earlier, right, this guy says that he was great strength and endowed with command over the powers of the Crucible. So, but he rebelled against his liege's serpentine nature. So, a couple things there. One, I wonder if Mesmer is in any way... I've been wearing the wrong freaking dew talisman. I wonder if Mesmer is in any way related to, like, Rykard's whole snake thing. And then... I wonder if like this whole red lightning ancient dragon cult thing going on, it seems related to the Crucible, right? So I wonder if there's if the shadow of the Erdtree is like what the Crucible tree was, right? And then also, all these guys have horns here, and that's what the Omen had, and the Omen are related to the Crucible, maybe, right? Don't I have like Omen Killer Cleaver or something like that? Sorry, it might take me a second to find this. I'm looking for like Omen Killer Cleaver. Weapon of slaughter wielded by Omen Killers, blood loss, watch strikes. Don't I have anything else? The only other Crucible related stuff that's coming to mind is like the Crucible Knight stuff. Do I have a Crucible Knight? This sword is imbued with ancient power. Anyway, I think Crucible and Horned People, I think, are related. So I think what I'm putting together of all this right now is apparently America commanded Mesmer to come here and like burn away the Horned People or whatever. So I think, and it's said that like the Erdtree came in and replaced like the earlier tree. Whatever. I think the Scadutree may be the Crucible, like the Crucible's tree, and the Horned People are related to like the Omen and whatever and all that. And another weird thing is all these Scadutree fragments. We're always finding these at Miquella crosses of Miquella, or like Miquella's crosses. I don't know the right way to say that, but the Miquella crosses, we always find these at them. And Miquella says, I'm divesting my flesh here. And then you find a Scadutree fragment. So the Haligtree, if you remember the Haligtree, like when you actually look at the big Haligtree, it's like literally, it's almost like Miquella's body is like shaping the Haligtree. And I think Miquella was like, I don't know exactly, but like maybe, like I don't know if Miquella was growing the Haligtree of himself. But I wonder. And also the Horned People refer to Miquella as like their lord. So if a cross of Miquella says that it's Miquella divesting himself of his flesh, and there we find a Scadutree fragment, and also we have seen that Miquella is trying to turn himself into a fucking tree at the Haligtree, I wonder if Miquella is the Scadutree. I wonder if there's either some weird time loop thing going on, where we're back in time, and Miquella had created the Crucible tree somehow, or if this is after the fact, and Miquella has come here and he's trying to reinvigorate the Crucible tree somehow. And then Mesmer setting all the people on fire was like in the past, right? So Mesmer came here and burned the Horned People or whatever, and took down the Crucible, so that way America could reuse the tree to make the Erdtree of the Golden Order. So either we're in some, I think we're either in some weird time loop where Mikola already existed then, or now this is future tense, and Mikola is coming here to like reinvigorate the Crucible, whatever the Crucible tree was. And these Skadu tree fragments always being found across Mikola kind of say that to me, as well as I don't know, a few other things. The other interesting thing is like Mesmer and his knights. We've got like an ash over here that says, though he was a devout follower of Mesmer after his flight from the Erdtree. So I don't know if that means Mesmer's flight from the Erdtree or Commander Andreas's flight from the Erdtree, but I'm thinking it might mean Mesmer. So if Mesmer flew from the Erdtree, to me that doesn't sound like Marika commanded to come here. That sounds to me like he freaking left and came here and did this. So I'm kind of doubting whether or not Marika sent him on this crusade or not. The Horned People seem to think so, but that's one thing also a little weird. Anyway, okay, I'm going to stop yapping. I just wanted to like process some of that and those thoughts. Yeah, okay, so this did come back here. Did I just climb up the ladder to get here? Is that how I got up here? Yeah. Okay, so now I need to go back in there, and I need to go on top of those lifts, and then I can go do the boss. Lag. And then there was the whole electricity, ancient lightning thing, somehow related to Godwyn. But I bet we've got some dragon stuff coming up at that craggy mountain. Nice chest ahead. Ash of War, blinkbolt. Ooh. I wonder if that's kind of like, you know, I have like the lightning ram one. Ash of War grants an armament, the lightning affinity, and the falling skill. I feel like I hear footsteps. Blinkbolt, skill used by the golden knights who served Godwyn. From a low stance, body is transformed into a bolt of lightning. Yeah, so Godwyn, lightning dragons. Straight ahead of Fulgur speed. That's pretty cool. I might try that out some. I feel like I heard some footsteps back here, so I'm going to try checking all these walls. And then I'm going to get on top of this guy. Hopefully I don't get squished against the ceiling. Some of my good old frame lag. And I'm gonna go up here. Yeah, that must, maybe this is where I heard the footsteps. Stone-sheathed sword. Excuse me. A sword that none can pull from its scabbard of cracked stone. Relic of a lost civilization of long time past, said to have served a ritual purpose at altars in darkness. Square off. Altars in darkness. Anything... I can't really tell anything. Art on this altar. It does not really mean much to me, frankly. Big ol'... It's like a... It's not a throne, I guess. It almost looks like a throne. Anything else? Just double checking the rest of the walls. No. Well, look at the end one more time. No. I'm gonna go here now. Fuck me. not what I want when I have 1 flask left. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, let me go let this boss kill me 1 time, and then after that I should... Oh, piss! And then after that I should be able to respawn and have full flasks. I mean, I'll try to one-shot the boss with no flasks, but that is highly unlikely. Dismounter. What does my dismounter have? My dismounter has like nothing on it at the moment, so I'm not going to use it. I'll use this. Hopefully it's something that's freaking weak to sacred. I might expect to get hit with some lightning in this. And then, yeah, I'll keep each of those on. Let me throw on... Fuck, I'm about poison arrows. Oh wait, no, I have a ton of serpent arrows. Okay, let's try that. Do I have enough FP? I'm totally about to use a summon, by the way. Oh, since I have such low health. Sword type. I don't need to do this for this fight, but I just noticed I do want to go ahead and put my horse feed back on my bar. Okay, let's do some boiled crab. Then I'm going to get in there and I'm going to summon good old Sardine. A fucking Death Knight? What is this? Wow. This guy looks cool, and I'm already letting him hit me. Alright, I'm going to try to just get this guy rotted. This guy's pretty cool. Wait. Get him, Dean. Okay, I think he's rotted. Ow. I'm not really going to be able to tell when he's poisoned, I think, because of... Because if he's rotted, I don't know that I can tell when he's poisoned. Damn, is that rot already off him? Maybe I never had him rotted. Oh, he's doing like the lightning charge at me. Ah, I couldn't tell if he was going to be at Dean. Me or Dean. Okay. I'm probably going to be able to fight him better now that I'm not going to be trying to do the range thing. And also, I'm not going to have Dean there, which is good. I think I will perform better just focusing on me 1v1ing him. I don't know that this sacred damage is going to do me a lot of good. Let me do this. Let me try. Let me just look at the comparison of these two things. See what my dismounter looks like, even though I don't have anything on it. Dismounter says it's going to do a little less. I have no idea if this guy's resistant to Sacred or not. Do I want Spinning Slash or I want Sacred Blade? Sacred Blade, like, imbues my weapon for a little bit. So I'm going to rock the Sacred Blade. I'm going to take these off. Generally happy with everything else. Okay, Crab. And I go. That was a decent little bit of... You want a poise battle? Oh, we never... Dude, this is fucking... This is cake. Yeah, I'm just gonna R2 this guy. Oh, you got me there. This is like the most fair... Oh... I still think this feels way more fair than like, I'm using the word fair, but I'm comparing him to two freaking Remembrance bosses. Wait, he healed himself? Still, this feels much more like a just good old boss you can fight as opposed to Divine Beast Dancing Lion and Rolana are like the two last bosses I fought. And this guy is just so much more manageable. Like, I'm not saying he's not going to kick my ass, but... he's got a longer delay on that one. So when he does, there's this one like spinning attack he does, you just roll through it, it works great. It's this one, but I'm not set up. I was trying to get away to heal. Darn. I think that's me getting punished for trying to run away instead of waiting for my initiative to heal. Okay, I go again. Oh, this fight's actually, this is like a little bit of a breath of fresh air, if I'm being honest. I like Renala and Divine Beast Dancing Lion were fun. But this guy's like, doesn't seem as hard to learn as them. He's got a few combos, and he doesn't like recover instantly after them. Whereas like Divine Beast, Dancing Lion, Rolana are just like, they just attack you and attack you and attack you and attack you, and you get like barely any time to try to hit them. Damn it. Now one of his things heals him. It might be like a phase transition, actually. You could probably maybe parry this guy a bit. Yeah, so... oh shit, I think it's this. Yeah, that's no bueno, I gotta avoid that. I'm gonna try to get off the heal. Greedy on my part. Oh, I broke his thing. I'm gonna try to line of sight and then heal. That worked out nicely. Oh, okay, maybe not entirely, but all in all, not too bad. I was hoping I could just straight around that whole thing. Try to heal. Fuck. Okay, thank goodness I got around that one. See how he does an attack and you actually have time to do something afterwards? That is a breath of fresh air to me, dude. Oh my gosh. Greedy on my part, I shouldn't do this. Oh, I got so lucky. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Should have done this. Actually, I should have. Okay, I just need to not let him grab me. Dodge through that, and then backstab. You might not need to dodge all that, but one thing I've noticed I'm going to try to do a little more of is like jumping attacks. There's been some attacks on Rolana and on Divine Beast Dancing Lion that I believe you want to actually jump instead of roll, but I am just so roll focused from all my Dark Souls experience where jumping's never been a thing, where I don't ever really think to jump. There we go. Dude, what a... thank goodness, man. That just felt like a good old Souls boss fight. Oh, what a breath of fresh air. Holy moly. I guess I'm still kind of shook. I must still be a little shook by Rolana and by Divine Beast Dancing Lion. That guy right there, that was easy. I mean, it's fair. Yeah, I mean, it killed me twice, so I would have preferred not to have killed twice to the guy I just called easy, but relative to Rolana and Divine Beast Dancing Lion, that just felt good to go up against. It didn't feel like you were being drugged through shattered glass. Not that, I thought Rolana and Divine Beast Dancing Lion were cool, but man, they were hard. I mean, the bosses would just do a million things, and they only like gave you 1 second in between their stuff for you to do anything. And I guess like you can, I don't know, yeah, you can just play better. But this guy, it's like he had some pretty readable combos. He didn't delay a lot of his shit. His timings were readable, and you could get behind him and backstab him, and he would not immediately freaking swing at you as soon as he was done with his last thing. You actually had time to like play against them. Anyway, I'll stop yapping. Death Knight's Twin Axes. I'm excited to read these. And wow, how much health we get from that bad boy? Woo, doggy! That's a big old health bar. I'll be using that a good bit. I tend to like these. Although, I'm not sure if this is better. In a lot of cases, I actually think the Crimson Sea Talisman's good. My health bar at like 50 Vigor plus a Radagon Soreseal is like... and is plenty big. So I feel like this might be better than the Crimson Sea Talisman. To get more HP per heal might be better than the overall bigger health bar. But it depends on the enemies. If I need something where I need to prevent myself from getting bursted down, then I'll use these. But if I'm in a place where I feel like I can regularly get a heal off and I'm not worried about getting 2 hit or something, then the Crimson Sea Talisman makes more sense. But I think I'll be using this Crimson Amber Medallion +3 a little bit. One thing I just thought of I wanted to speak on. So Radagon Soreseal. Okay, so you're like, why do people use this talisman that makes you take more damage? Okay, well here's the sauce on that, right? So look at my stats on the right. Okay, now look how much they go down. If I look at my physical, I go from 61 to 56, roughly, right? So that's, I lose 5%, right? I get hit by about 5% more physical damage is my understanding of that. The reason I say 5% more physical damage is because if I come look at a shield, right? Guarded damage negation, 91. If I go find a shield with 100, that blocks 100% of physical damage. So I'm assuming my physical damage negation being 56 means I'm blocking 56% of physical damage. So again, without the Soreseal, I'm at 61, and I go down to 56. So I'm dropping roughly, I'm taking about 5% more damage. Effectively though, you gotta remember, you're getting 5 points of vigor from this thing, right? So how much does my health go up? I go from 1940 to 206, right? So 1940 to, or excuse me, 2065. So that's a plus 60, plus 60. So 120, and 120 out of 265, or excuse me, 2065. I can divide that by 10. So I've got 206 over 12. I can divide those by 2, and now I've got like 103 over 6. So I can say that I'm going to increase my health pool by roughly 5 or 6%. Just from the health increase, right? My health pool has, when I put this on because of the increased vigor, my health pool has gone up about 5%. So the extra damage you take, being about 5%, is negated. It is negated by the extra health you gain. So it's to me, when you look at Radagon Soreseal and it says you take extra damage, sure, but guess what? You gained enough health pool of this thing where it's basically like a wash on the damage taken part of it. Now, but look how much my... Oh, you're not going to see it that much because I've got a freaking sacred brick hammer on. Let me swap this over to my dismounter. Because my brick hammer is sacred right now, it's got fate scaling, and the Soreseal doesn't help with that. So look at this. So I've got my dismounter on. My dismounter scales C strength, D dex. Right, so it's rocking 891. It goes up 30 points. I get 30 more damage per R1 with this thing on. If I swap my dismounter or even brickhammer, whatever I'm using to quality, this is worth even more. And typically I am running quality. Right, my dismounter doesn't have anything on it because I removed the ash from it to put it on the brickhammer. But I'll typically be running quality, and I get even more damage out of this. So to me, there's like, if I go look at any of the other stat increase trinkets, I don't get the amount of effective damage output from them as I do a Radagon Soreseal, and the Radagon Soreseal is a wash in terms of damage taken. You might consider other damage options like increasing these attacks, those attacks, whatever. To me, this is like, this just makes sense. I can ignore the increases damage taken part because the amount of damage I take is offset by the health I gain, and it's more or less a wash. And it's about the most, like, in terms of just all-purpose damage gain, right? I get just 30 points per hit for throwing it on. And the fact that it's giving me stats in a bunch of different things, like I'm also getting a bigger endurance bar, right? And it's giving me more equip load. So to me, Radagon Soreseal is like more or less always going to be thrown on. While I'm on the topic, this is a no-brainer to me. I'm always going to, like, physical damage makes up most of the damage in the game. This is a no-brainer. This slot also, I need this for my equip load. Like, if you want to wear really heavy armor, you can go with a Great Charge Arsenal, but this helps me get over my equip load and to the point where I'm not fat rolling, and also gives you a little bit of extra HP and stamina. This 4 slot is what I'll swap around. By default, I'm going to rock a Silver Scarab, just so I can get more items to read from enemies and have more stuff, to have fun with while I play through the game. Also, I do a good bit of crafting for like arrows and throwing pots, so having enemies drop extra stuff to help me out with crafting is good for that reason as well. So Silver Scarab there. But sorry, I just wanted to rant a little bit about the why about the Soreseal choice. I hope I've explained it decently. Okay, axe. I got a new axe. Golden Boar Axes of the Death Knight. A pair of weapons to be wielded in both hands. Crackles with lightning the power of the capital's ancient dragon cult. I wonder if Godwyn... so Godwyn might have been the head of the ancient dragon cult. The knight, once the personal guard of Godwyn, was also the protector of the Prince of Death's cadaver surrogate. I believe Godwyn also became the Prince of Death after the whole, like, Black Knives incident, yeah? Is that called Knight of the Black Knives? I can't remember the exact name. Blinkbolt Twin Axe. From a low stance, body's transformed to a bolt lightning charges straight ahead at a fulgurous speed. Strong attack performs a lightning charged spin lash. That sounds cool. But the interesting thing to me here is that Capital Ancient Dragon Cult seems to have been headed by Godwyn, who then became Prince of Death. This guy was a protector of the Prince of Death's cadaver surrogate. I wonder. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta look up what surrogate means. Does it mean like stand-in? Surrogate. Yeah. Okay. Substitute. Especially a person deputizing for another in a specific role or office. So a substitute. Cadaver substitute was the protector of the Prince of Death's cadaver substitute. Another interesting thing. Oh, he's right here. He's right in front of me. Okay, so when we're in these catacombs and crypts in the lands between, or like Lindell or whatever the hell, behind at the end of these catacombs down here would be... Sorry, I'm trying to get my weapons back on real quick. It would be like Erdtree roots, and you could see like people going back into the Erdtree. But here, all of a sudden, now we got a Godwyn show up here. So, is this Godwyn's cadaver surrogate? I mean, the guy was guarding him here. He was a Death Knight, and Godwyn, being the Prince of Death, is here. Godwyn was also Prince of Dragons, so wonder what Godwyn's doing here, both in Death and also there's the whole dragon cult thing going on. And there's a big craggy mountain nearby where we're going to go find red fulgur bloom, right? Which has got to be related. Inflict lightning damage to nearby... oh, that's cool. Lightning damage that links to nearby enemies. Found at the Jagged Peak on the south coast. So the Jagged Peak's somehow going to be related to lightning. And then I wonder if it's also somehow going to tie into Godwyn and all this thing. Anyway, so that'll remain to be found out. Hey, let's get some Hell yeah. I just had a work meeting get rescheduled for from today to next week. That's a big W. Okay, the next thing I want to do is go back here, and then I'm going to go under this bridge. So I'm going to port back to that grace, and this episode's been running on about half hour, so I'm going to cut this one off here. Best wishes to you guys. Hope you've had a good one. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.